Officials admit they have yet to come up with a master plan for Marawi City, even as the military assures the war is nearing its end. George Cahilas tells us how the government intends to bring back the beauty and vibrance of the war-ravaged city.
The local government of Lanao del Sur and the military are already preparing for the end of the war in Marawi City. In a meeting on Thursday, concerned parties are looking into concerns and studying possible solutions even before the smoke clears in battle zones.
Ang pinakamalaking ini-expect natin yung mga kababayan nating mga Maranao kung kailan sila pababalikin. Hindi agad-agad natin pwedeng kailangan pa mag-usap ang AFP, then ang LGU ng province and Marawi City kung kailan safe.
Armed Forces Western Mindanao Command Chief Carlito Galvez says the fighting is now confined to an area of just 3 hectares, and he's confident that they will be able to finish the war by the middle of this month. But another round of clearing operations needs to be carried out to ensure the safety of the area.
After the firing stops, magkakaroon po kami tinatawag namin second clearing kasi hindi natin alam, baka may mga stragglers pa na nagtatago doon sa mga imburnal, mga safety tanks, at saka doon sa mga tinatawag natin mga man-made tunnels.
Their operations are bogged down by the presence of 101 non-combatants in the war zone, 36 of them children who are either hostages or dependents of mounted fighters. Retrieval of bodies in the war zone continues with 24 bodies of male combatants discovered on Tuesday.
Ito po talaga, kalaban po ito. Yung nakikita natin, yung natira po ng airstrike natin is the first defense. Doon po sa area ng White Moss. Puro lalaki at meron po tayo na-identified na mga foreign terrorists na nakita natin.
The rehabilitation of Marawi City is another issue that must be resolved as the offensive nears its end. The military says they are mulling 3 options: rebuild the old Marawi, build a new downtown Marawi in another area of the city, and transfer vital government installations to other areas and rebuild private properties in their former locations.
Mas gustuin pa namin na yung old, but gagandaan lang natin yung Kasi problema nga natin kung paano natin ililipat ang New Marawi sa ibang lugar sa Marawi City.
Officials say that the master plan for Marawi will have to undergo layers of consultations with stakeholders and experts before it is finalized.
Subalit naniniwala ang militar na nagtatago sa barangay Bangulo, Raya Madaya at Lilud Madaya ang Mauti Brothers, kaya ito ang target ngayon ng kanilang opensiba. Bukod sa 3 barangay, hindi naman mapasok pa sa ngayon ng tropa ng pamalaan ang barangay Marinaot at Mungkado na nasa bulubunduking bahagi ng syudad. Ayon sa AFP, nasa 20 hanggang 30 na lamang ang natitirang miyembro ng Mauti sa Marawi City. Dagdag pa ng militar, paubos na rin ang bala ng bandidong grupo dahil bantay sarado ng militar ang mga palibot ng syudad. Kaya hindi na nakapagpasok ng karagdagang supply ang mga ito.
Based on the reports, they are running out of bullet. They are going house to house, searching for military-age males to join them. They're asking for, some are asking for food, some are asking for bullets and ammunition. So basically, if you will translate that, they are very desperate. Their morale is very low. Okay, and we are doing something to let them surrender.
Samantala, 8 sibilyan naman ang nailigtas ng militar sa barangay Papandayan at Tulali. Subalit sa taya ng otoridad, nasa 2,000 tao pa ang patuloy na naiipit sa gitna ng nangyayaring bakbakan sa Marawi City. Samantala, dahil sa nagpapatuloy na kaguluhan sa Marawi, nagdesisyon na rin ang kagawaran ng edukasyon na ipagpaliban sa loob ng 2 linggo ang pagbubukas ng klase na dapat ay nakatakda sa Lunes, Hunyo 5. Bukod sa mga paaralan sa Marawi, 8 distrito sa Lanao del Sur ang kasama sa postponement ng pagbubukas ng klase. Sa gitna ng patuloy na opensiba ng militar, nananawagan ang sandatahang lakas sa mga miyembro ng Mauti na voluntaryong sumuko na sa mga otoridad.
You're in the newsroom on CNN Philippines. Tonight, more than 100 lawmakers reject the dismissal of a complaint against Andres Bautista and effectively impeach the COMELEC chief. Transport officials push carpooling by banning solo driving on EDSA, but how are motorists taking the proposal? And internet star Xander Ford wants to prove his transformation is more than skin deep. Good evening, I'm Mitzi Romeo. Our top story tonight, the House of Representatives rejects the Justice Committee's decision to dismiss the impeachment complaint against COMELEC Chairman Andy Bautista. Our Joyce Ilas tells us what happened.
The vote shows that the resolution is overridden.
137 lawmakers rejected the House resolution dismissing the impeachment complaint against Commission on Elections Chairman Andy Bautista. This effectively impeached Bautista as well. Only 75 lawmakers supported the Justice Committee's recommendation, while 2 abstained from voting. Under House impeachment rules, when the Committee on Justice dismisses a complaint, it shall submit to the plenary a resolution on its decision. The plenary will then vote on the resolution. A vote of at least 1/3 of all House members, in this case 98 members, is necessary to override the resolution. If at least 98 voted against the resolution, the respondent, in this case Bautista, is effectively impeached. And the Justice Committee shall prepare the articles of impeachment for submission to the Senate, which would sit as impeachment court. No less than House Speaker Pantaleon Alvarez voted against the committee report.
I believe that the charges against the chairman of the Commission on Elections, Chairman Bautista, are very serious.
On Wednesday morning, Bautista announced he is resigning in December. But endorsers of the complaint believe this was a bluff.
Don't mess with us, congressmen and women. Pag meron ka sasabihin, gawin mo. The 137 congressmen and women saw through the game that he was playing.
He would have bought himself a year free of impeachment kung inaprobahan ng committee report, and therefore, he could decide to stay for a full year, no? In time to sign all contracts for 2019.
Bautista can face impeachment proceedings as he is still in office. If Bautista quits before the Senate trial, this will make his impeachment case moot and academic. Joyce Ilas, CNN Philippines.
Now we're hearing from the man himself. COMELEC Chairman Andy Bautista takes to social media to respond to the House vote. Bautista posted a statement on Twitter saying it's unfortunate that the House Justice Committee decision was overturned. He says he acknowledges that lawmakers are entitled to their opinion. He adds, while it may be an unnecessary move since he offered to resign effective by year-end, he says he will abide by the Constitution and the rules on impeachment. This morning, Bautista announced before COMELEC employees he is stepping down by December, prioritizing his family over his work.
Matagal ko na ring pinagnilayan at pinagdadasal nga kung anong tamang gawin, no? Dahil sa aking sitwasyon na merong issue sa professional, meron din issue sa personal, no? At sa aking palagay, dapat talaga ang pagtuunan ko ng mas maraming pansin at panahon ay ang aking pamilya.
Bautista says this is the perfect time to leave after barangay and sangguniang kabataan elections were moved to May next year.
Kumbaga yung workload ngayon, mas magaan. Nagbigay din ako ng palugit na panahon para mabigyan ang ating Pangulo ng pagkakataong makapili ng papalit sa akin at sana rin magkaroon ng isang seamless and orderly transition.
Bautista's decision came 2 months after a financial feud made public by his estranged wife generated controversy. We're also getting reactions from COMELEC Commissioner Rowena Guanzon on Bautista's resignation.
I think it's a good move on his part. And it's good that priority niya yung sabi niya, yung mga anak niya. And but I just want to emphasize na wala naman kaming nakuhang resignation letter sa NBank. Anything can happen before December 21. He can change his mind, he can resign earlier.
House Justice Committee Chair Ray Umali says he expected reactions to Bautista's offer to resign by year-end. Speaking to CNN Philippines, Umali adds the vote on Bautista's impeachment was democracy at work.
I was so elated that he announced his resignation. But when I realized that it was effective end of the year, then that was a different story. And so, I expected some reactions from the members of the House of Representatives. But then when I heard that the Speaker himself did not like it and will vote against the committee report, then I told myself that, this is democracy at work.
Senate President Coco Pimentel also weighs in on the issue. He says if an official resigns, there's no point to remove him from office.
The purpose of impeachment is to separate from government service a high-ranking government official. If that official is already separated from service, there is no more point in proceeding with impeachment, whether in the trial or whether in the impeachment process at the House.
Other senators react to Bautista's announcement. Majority Leader Tito Soto says the COMELEC chief may still change his mind, but for Minority Leader Frank Drilon, it was the right move.
Hindi ako naniniwala. Ang reading ko nung sinabing sulat is my decision to resign by the end of the year. Therefore, hindi pa siya nagre-resign. Di ba? Pwedeng magbago yun dahil kung may decision to resign, kung after Christmas, nagbago isip.
I think that was the right move. Anyway, he's no longer facing an impeachment complaint, and therefore it cannot be said that he's avoiding impeachment. It is the best thing that he can do so that, he can take care of his problems while after he has quit the office, and therefore no one can say that he is using the powers of his office to influence the outcome of the case.